From a super secret location deep within the mountains of Colorado, it's time to strap up, strap in, or strap on with your host, Shenanigans in One Shot. It's From the Ashes Radio!
Get muted. Welcome to From the Ashes Radio, ladies and gentlemen, on About Face Media. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for being here this evening. Hope you're all doing well. And yeah, we have spent a lot of time this week battling with the gremlins. And so hopefully we look and sound better. We updated a whole lot of stuff. Hello, good evening, Nathan Hucker. Glad you're here. Thank you for being here. You do have a new hat, thanks to Marty.
I know.
I like that you had to adjust.
I wonder if they missed me last week. Do you think they did?
I know for a fact that they did.
I feel like I literally got the best sub that you could ever imagine.
You did. You very much did.
So big shout out and thanks, my buddy Marty.
Marty does it right.
And he left me a hat. Like he does me a favor and leaves me a hat. So
I know.
Anyway.
And he's good at what he does.
He is. We were talking about before the show some of our favorite things to listen to, and Marty's show, the Swearing In podcast, is one of my absolute favorite shows.
He does it right.
Period. That one's fun.
Yeah, he does, and he gets good people on. You guys sound great. Brandon Bartlett, we do not sound great because we don't sound great without you. We miss you, man. So I hope you're doing all right down there. I hope you're doing good things with soldiers and all that stuff. So. But no, we do not sound great. We don't sound great without you. So hope you're doing all right down there. We are getting the studio a little bit better every day, but it's not the same without you, bud. So yeah, whatever. You get it, man. But whatever. Love the Comeback Yoga shirt.
Dude, I love this shirt here. I should move this so people can see it. It's a lot of yellow on yellow. I'm looking like a Pat Sajak fucking tie from the 90s, you know? Monochromatic.
I'm grooving on the shirt. There's so much. I
had to beat somebody up to get it, but I got it.
We actually shot a commercial for them all day, like a documentary kind of thing for them all last Saturday. It was kind of
that's cool.
Yeah, it was actually pretty badass, dude. It was super fun.
Dude, I get more compliments on this shirt than any of my like I'm badass vet shirt or like Go America, any of that. No. It's the fucking the Gap colors. It's fucking Comeback Yoga with some flowery shit. I don't even know what the fuck is on it. I don't look at it.
It's the opposite of Seth. It's not what you normally
would
show up in.
Fucking cauliflower and tattoos coming out. But I get more compliments on the shirt than any other shirt I wear. So
checks out.
I go to our friend at Comeback. I'm like, hey.
That was a fun phone call.
That was a fun conversation. But I love the part where I'm like, I need a link to a shop so people can buy the shirt. Oh, okay, I'll give it to you, but we're gonna close it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And she like waits to like send it. And she times things well. I don't know how how you pre-warned her well.
Yeah.
Because she just rolls with me perfectly.
She
I'm
goes,
like, what the fuck?
Well, she goes, oh, and thank you so much. And you're like, don't thank me, thank your recruiter. And I know for a fact that Cole is sitting in front of her computer going, what the fuck does that mean?
Fuck is that?
Because it's a common statement in the military, but if you don't know, that doesn't mean shit
That's
to you.
And I enjoy saying it to civilians just as much as people that get it.
Because people have no clue what the hell that's supposed to mean. There's a lot of militaryisms. Like, so I was hanging out with a bunch of folks this past weekend, and there's like militaryisms. We have our mannerisms, and people commented on it. They're like, when you get around military folks, you guys, we walk the same, we talk the same, we have mannerisms. Like, I guess I didn't realize we say copy that a lot, or copy. Like somebody says something to you, like, oh, hey, you're gonna send this, you're gonna do this anything. All right, hey, copy, got it. And you're like, you don't even realize that you say it, and people are like, what the fuck does copy mean?
Only Pogue say copy.
Yeah. Hey, medic, man, with you, proud Pogue, But I mean, you'll never hear it. You never hear it.
Okay, so everybody says Roger, and since I was a fucking private, I'm like, who the fuck's is Roger? Fuck Roger, and they're like, all the time, Roger. That's the weird. Copy makes sense.
Yeah, copy, got it. Roger. I don't get it either. Yeah.
Some guy.
I feel you.
But yeah, the copy I actually got, never used that one. Used the Roger one. I always thought that was stupid.
I always thought that there was only one phonetic alphabet. And as far as I'm concerned, there is one true phonetic alphabet. But now, like, as I'm talking to folks in other professions, like,
they use other words.
yeah, B. Baker. Like, you ever say B. Baker in front of me, I'm going to slap the dog shit
What
out
the
of
fuck are you talking about? Say bravo, bitch.
you. Yeah, exactly.
And you don't just say bravo, you say bravo, bitch.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised the shit out of me. Somebody said Baker. I'm like, what the fuck's a Baker?
You know what does surprise me and I enjoy is when you get random, like, not talking shit, but Muhammad answers the phone and he actually fucking knows the phonetic alphabet and he's like rattling it off. I'm like, you're the man, bro. It's only happened a couple of times, but there's been other people where I'm like, huh? What did you do?
Whoa, what did I do? Well, got a little nervous for a second there.
Oh my God. This is why there needs to be somebody on the other side of the table. Please.
No question. We do need a producer.
We badly need a producer. Have you guys not noticed all of our problems? They're not just Rob. They're also like we need somebody that's smarter than us.
I'm trying to make this thing fucking work and it's just not doing its thing. Well, I'm going to stop touching shit.
But
it is. The copy man making copies. Roger that. I wonder if Ryan is watching. I assure you Ryan is probably watching. What else? All right, let's put this here. This goes like this. This goes like this. The copy man copy it. But whatever, man. Yeah. Ow, sorry. What other kind of good stuff? So we did helicopter gunships this past weekend. That was pretty goddamn fun.
I saw pictures.
It was pretty damn fun. Yeah,
it looked pretty dope.
It was pretty cool. So you would have been very proud. Junior with his 50 cal sending rounds uprange, and I mean sincerely uprange.
Oh yeah,
he did well. Yeah, it was good. The A1 Barrett. So I imagine you've spent some time behind a Barrett. It cracked me
strangely
up
enough
that they would only allow you to send 2 rounds at a time due to the concussion.
Today's fucking world is pathetic. But they also didn't have any regulations. So check this out. My scout sniper section was the range cadre for testing the Barrett when they brought all the badasses out, and they did it at what the hell? Not coming. Oh man, I can't think of the name. Coley Pass. We have ranges there, and they reached out a little bit on them, tested it. All the cool guys in civilian clothes. And then my sniper school class was the first sniper school class to use it.
And
so I shot a little bit, and there was we pulled the rounds, but after the second round, I didn't want to shoot it.
Yeah. That was the
everybody think it's so friggin' cool. And I'm telling you right now, I knew right away. I looked at it, and that's one of those things that everybody was jumping on. And I was like, oh no, I know we're all shooting it. We all don't have to shoot it as much. And like kind of backed off because that's a hell of it's the concussion. It doesn't kick. It doesn't kick for crap, bro.
Nathan Hucker says East Range.
But hey, ask him what it's Coley Pass, right?
Well, he's talking to you right now, homeboy.
I know. Anyway.
One of the shooters is an experienced shooter. His exact words were, he stood up and he's like, I taste blood.
Dude. So I didn't. But my sniper buddy, one of my really, really good friends, old Tommy Schofield, he's like a big old burly motherfucker, bro. Big. He used to ask me to go to the lunch line twice for him so he didn't feel awkward for his seconds, He's that guy. All right, which worked out great because I was kind of skinny. So anyway, he shoots it. Dude, he had fucking fluid coming out of his ears and blood coming out of his nose. Really? I didn't have anything. I just didn't like it. But he was leaking, and he wasn't the only one. People will just start leaking stuff. Yeah. See, that's just too much. It ruins the fun.
Shoulder a little sore, but half-mile shot was fun. All right, well, there you go. What'd you think of the combat Carl I sent you? Are you down with this one?
Bro?
All right, so
like you sent me. Is it pants or blowjobs? is it either not having pants or is it blowjobs?
Not having pants.
Okay.
I don't know if blowjobs is supposed to be for the show. Blowjobs is just for you and I.
That didn't come out good.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
Okay.
It did.
What'd you send me that on?
I think it was just text message. I can read it off right here if you want.
That's fine. You can start. I still like to pull it up.
So this comes from military.com.
Oh yeah.
The Navy runs out of pants for its working uniform, won't get more until October. The Navy is dealing with Ryan, I hope you're listening. The Navy is dealing with what could be called a sartorial crisis. The Sea Service has run out of pants, and it may not get more for months. Specifically, service officials confirmed Friday that pants for the Navy working uniform, or NWU, the go-to uniform for most sailors, are out of stock at Navy exchanges. Courtney Williams, no relation, a spokeswoman for the Navy's Exchange Command, told military.com that it is experiencing severe shortages of trousers, both in physical stores and online. I don't think I need to keep reading. I think we all get the idea.
So right now, if it was any other branch, this wouldn't work. But right now, the Navy is having a pantsless party.
Yes, they are. No
there's
pants party.
topless parties, but a pantsless party. Now is the time for the Navy to recruit.
Yeah,
we know they recruit differently than other branches. We know what they want.
He says East Range is on the way to the pass.
Yes. Well, is that technically an East Range? Because it was the ones that are hillside closest to the going up the hill. I guess that would be East Range.
I mean,
fucking A.
I don't know. All I know is if you guys needed gauze, I was there for you. But yeah, the Navy is having a no pants party right now, and that just cracks me up.
Pants
party.
Jesus.
You
ever been to a pantsless party?
No.
Me either.
Just in case anybody's listening, no.
I'm in firearms range.
I have come back from events and damn, I wish I still had my pants. But I mean, other than that, no.
I was trying to explain to the wife because she wasn't with me for like balls and banquets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of talking about how those went down.
Mm-hmm.
Those are
yeah.
You never know where you're waking up and what's happening. I mean, like everything's so much fun and great until like 10:30.
That was
go home.
That was Sandy's demand. As soon as we joined the Army, she's like, "You're going to go buy the dress uniform, and as soon as we can, we're going to an installation. We're going to a military ball. I want to go to a military ball." And I'm like, "Okay."
It's fucking rad, bro.
And we went to
you know what used to crack me up is the privates. Oh, this is fucking stupid. Oh, you do my damn uniform. They're like bitch and complain like little fucking Karens the whole fucking time.
What do I got to pay $7?
And then fucking 3 minutes into it, they're like, holy shit, this is fucking cool. All we had to do was put this stupid uniform on, and we all get to have fun. I always enjoyed that.
Yeah, and dude, and we were within walking distance of our ball, and it was awesome. We
that was a hell of a walk.
Yeah.
Did Sandy carry you?
No, it was the other way around. She ripped.
You carried Sandy? I don't fucking tell stories on the radio.
Off the fucking.
All right, we have issues with somebody else for telling stories. Okay,
ask her.
I don't believe it. She carried you. I bet
she did.
Okay,
it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. It was a fucking great time. You got to ask her about it, dude. It was a great time. Junior, ask your mom about the ball. The Swearing In podcast is watching. Oh, hey, Marty is watching.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I love how he kicks in after we talk shit about it.
Exactly.
Yep.
All we were talking about is how bad you were. I told him last time he was fired.
Worst show on the radio.
I told him at the end of the show, I'm like, hey man, your position's been outsourced. We're going a different direction. Hey, you're fired. And he's like, okay. Adis is watching with Colorado Moto Service. Adis, I'm glad you're here. Thanks, man. Best motorcycle shop in the greater metro area. And hey, folks, just so you're aware, we just got notified that Coach JP is not going to make it tonight. That's okay. That just means that we get to spend that much more time with VFW Post One and our homeboy Jesse. Let's bring Jesse in right this second because we've been waiting a long time for this one. Jesse, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine, Rob. What's
and
up,
Dan,
man?
you good too.
Hey, what can I do? What do you
Hey,
want to know?
check it out, man. So we are only supposed to have you till 6:35 p.m. However, Coach JP is stuck at work and can't make it. So if you have extra time and you want to spend some extra time, I know you got the family there, you're busy, all that stuff. But if you want to spend more time talking about VFW Post One, we can have you on as long as you are available this evening. So
Okay, yeah, I've been VFWing all day, so.
You're probably pretty smoked, and I get it. I totally get it, man. The swearing in podcast. I was getting aroused. You must have been talking about me. That's completely true, Marty. So, Jesse, welcome to From the Ashes again. I believe this is probably not your first time here, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
This is the second time.
Welcome back.
Yeah, you were out of. You were gone the last time I was on.
That sounds like something I would do.
Yeah, you were like, oh yeah, come on, and then you give me those two guys that had no idea what was going on.
That checks out. That sounds like that's my MO. That's exactly sounds like something that I would do. That's my MO. Well, for those that don't know you and have not met Jesse Eastburn, let's start at the beginning. Tell the world about your military service. So tell us about your what branch of service and when you came in.
So I was in the Navy from 2003 to 2008. I was a master at arms, which is basically a military police officer. I served in Guantanamo Bay, kicking cages down there, and that's how I got my eligibility for the VFW.
Did you hear our previous story about the Navy and not having pants?
No, but I seen it somewhere on there.
Have you been to a Navy no pants party?
No.
You have not? Man.
No, they have a tendency to not bring the cops over to their party.
The cops don't get invited to the no pants parties?
Yeah, the cops don't get invited to the fun.
That's pretty disappointing, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Pretty disappointing.
So you do your time, you go kick your cages in Guantanamo, and you decide to come back to the Denver metro area. And how did that go?
Yeah, I'm an artist by trade. If you can kind of see, we're in my studio right now. And basically I was, just doing my thing, being a starving artist down in the Santa Fe Art District. And then VFW Post One bought the building that I was renting a studio out of. And I was like, VFW because I had the same issue that a lot of people do in our generation, the post 9/11 vets, is you hear VFW and you're like, oh, that place isn't for me. I'm not, going to be sitting on a bar stool listening to, war stories that have nothing to do with me. And so I kind of, in a way, like hard passed on being around the VFW and kind of left. And then I heard that they were, starting up an art gallery and they were doing all this stuff. And I was like, maybe I'll give them a shot and go check them out. And in August of 2015 is when I joined, and I have been down this rabbit hole and I've been stuck with them ever since. And I helped build the Veteran Arts Council, which is our professional veteran art gallery that we have down at VFW Post One. And I was just elected as the post commander this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Not just the post commander, you took on a couple other responsibilities too, didn't you?
Yeah, and I just got elected as the state adjutant quartermaster. So,
which means what exactly? What does that mean that you do?
So what it basically means is I'm the money and operations guy for the VFW in Colorado. So I basically do the budget and all the boring stuff, and then I also I basically run the admin office for our veteran service officers in the state of Colorado. So I basically make sure that our veteran service officers get paid and that they get support from our, from the VFW and, all that fun stuff. So
Very cool.
basically I'm just kind of like, I'm the guy that they stick in an office for 5 days a week to make sure everything gets done correctly.
When you listen to other podcasts, radio shows, even like the Unsubscribed podcast, all these big name podcasts that run by veterans and whatnot, they're beating down the VFW pretty hard. And the Legion, all those organizations aimed at veterans are getting beaten down pretty hard by basically GWAT babies in our generation of veterans. And with good reason. Like last week, we had on Jenna Carlton, who is the millennial veteran, and we had a pretty long conversation about this with Marty, who was one of our guest hosts. And yeah, even female veterans are being made to feel VFWs are just not a good fit. Legion's just not a good fit. However, VFW Post 1 stands alone. It stands differently. Tell us why.
In a way we do. And I think, and in a way we don't, because I just came back from, the large VFW national convention that happens every year around, this time frame. And it was in Louisville, Kentucky. And when you're walking around with that VFW Post 1 hat, that one on your hat, a lot of people take notice because of all the good that we have been doing. We have, like, tomorrow night we have a yoga class. Hell, Rob is even taught that yoga class at the Post. So
thank you, Nicole. I appreciate you letting me sub for you. Great class.
Yeah. So we have, like, tonight we actually, one of the things going on right now is we have a jam band thing going on. So there's probably like 5 or 6 veterans right now with their guitars just jamming out, playing guitar. There's a lot of things that we're doing differently than a regular VFW Post. And we've, like Nicole, she's a female veteran. She's a life member of VFW Post 1. I just relieved Brittany Barges, who was our second female commander that we've had. Why, we've kind of always broke the mold a little bit, because, and in a way, when you have the responsibility of the stewardship of the first post, you kind of can't just let it be stagnant or stale. And, that's why we've developed a lot of new things, and we focus more on, veterans being a veteran service office, basically a veteran, community center, than an actual, like, it's just, an old man's club that, hangs out and drinks beers. The average age of our members is 38. We have the highest amount of female combat veterans of any VFW post in the system. We have almost everybody in our leadership chairs are all global war on terrorism, Afghanistan and Iraq vets. We do have 2 Vietnam vets, and they're super cool. And they're a part of the reason why we've been able to do what we've been able to do, because they were part of that old guard that was like, hey guys, like, we gotta pass this stewardship off to the younger generation. And they have completely supported us through the whole thing. Jim Stevens, who is
Great dude,
is a force in and of himself. This guy was shot in the head in Vietnam, and he's completely legally blind, and he's in charge of our veteran art program. Like, we made him the visual arts director. So
the irony,
but and then on top of that, the guy is with the National Creative Arts Competition, he's won, I think, 9 gold medals in that over the course of 9 years. And, he he was right there with me in developing the Veteran Arts Council when we started it back in 2015. And he's been a post commander. He's currently our post judge advocate which is basically a JAG or something like that. So he knows our bylaws pretty well, and he's pretty versed in legal stuff, because the guy also, on top of all his art accolades, he was also dang it, I can't even think of the thing now. He was
paralegal attorney.
No, he was a
District
legal
attorney.
No, he was actually a professor of law over at CU. And yeah, he's a very, very interesting guy. But like, you're talking a guy that like volunteered at 17 to join the army during Vietnam. And then, because of the simple fact that he grew up in like Southern Colorado, so he knew Spanish. And when they said, does anybody know a second language? He said something and whatever, and they made him a Recondo. So he was a part of like the first Recondo classes, where they were literally doing those classes in Vietnam. And you see his art, and it's like the attention to detail is insane. But that's, that kind of comes with the territory of special forces. You just have to have that, attention to detail is just one of those things. But
Post One is so welcoming to the global war on terror, and so open to new ideas for the new generation of veterans that are coming in. But at the same time, I love sitting in meetings, and all of those older veterans are there as well. You still have the Korean War vets, the Vietnam War vets. Those guys are still welcome there and still active and participating and enjoying the time and part of that community as well. And I love that you're bringing them all together.
I don't think we're going to lose any of them to doing positive like growth moving forward. I think the only way we lose them is death.
Well, but you go to some of the other VFW institutions, and you got the crotchety old dudes sitting at the bar, and like they've created like an old boys club, and they don't want to have anything to break away from that. But Post One has managed to create a climate where everybody's kind of got it figured out. And it's what you guys have done is really amazing. Kind of incredible.
Well, yeah. And it's kind of more of a multi-generational thing, because we had like, literally we just lost, it was kind of hard for me. We lost a Korean veteran that, he was in the Navy, he was on the subs, and basically was like, bombing the shit out of North Korea back in the 50s. But this old man, like, he came into the post, he wasn't really active with the VFW in general. That's my wife. We're on a podcast.
Hi, my wife. I'm Rob.
But it like, so I get basically the notifications when these people die. And when I seen his name on there, like it automatically clicked, and I was like, oh my God, like this guy is, he was
Connie
just
Eastburn
this
says,
little,
hi, Emily.
and that's my mom on the chat.
That's awesome, dude. You got you roll heavy with a fan club. I love it.
I know, right? So, but I seen his name, and his name was Dan Greist, and Dan Greist was a professional photographer for the last 60 years. He actually, like, you would know some of his photos, because he was the guy in the 80s and 90s that used to fly in the helicopter and take pictures of all our stadiums here in Denver. So the like opening day of the first Coors Field photo, that's Dan Greist. When you see there's a photo of the old Mile High Stadium right next to the new Mile High Stadium, and it's the last game at Mile High Stadium. That was Dan Greist that took that photo.
Oh, so badass, man.
And he was so humble about it. Nobody had any clue that this guy was, this photography god that was just running around Denver, taking all these awesome pictures of all this stuff. And well into his 80s, this guy was going up into Steamboat and taking pictures of the train in the snow, like trudging through snow just to get the shot, and it's just insane. But this guy used to show up to First Friday with a stack of calendars about this, just this high. And he would come in and he would tell me and Jim, "Hey, I got some calendars. I want to sell them." And we're like, "Okay, Dan, we'll set you up. And, you can do whatever." And then within an hour, this guy would sell 120 of these things, and he would walk out. Like, he was the only person that was like business in, business out, and he was like, "Here's my cut. Thanks for having me in the club." He used to call it the club. It was hilarious, but he was just an all around good dude. So it's like there's a lot of these older guys that are just so genuinely awesome human beings. And we can't lose sight of that fact that, this institution has been around because of those older guys. And we just have to learn a way to get along all the generations of veterans in general.
Well, I think you're
Because
setting that standard, and I think you're doing a great job doing it.
yeah, and that's the biggest thing that we try to do at Post One is just introduce each other to each other. And it's all about that camaraderie.
You mentioned First Friday, so our listeners don't have a clue what that is. Talk to us
Okay.
about what First Friday is.
Yeah, so First Friday is First Friday is the first Friday of every month. We have a giant art opening gallery, or the whole street is open basically. And basically that is the biggest night of VFW Post One, period. Every month, that night brings in over 3,000, 5,000 people come through our doors. They get to talk to our veterans. They get to talk to, all our artists and talk to them and buy their stuff. And then the veterans that are selling their stuff, they get to make money. And then they just, they hand us 10%, which is no big deal. But it's
so if a veteran is now sitting at home in their living room right now and they're painting something like, their bowl of fruit or something like that, and they're interested in coming and participating in First Friday, how can they get involved in something like this?
So the easiest way to get involved with VFW Post One is you can actually go to our website, vfwpost1.org, and type or top link, it says the quick links link. Hit that, join up as a VAC artist. And then on the VAC artist, we basically post every day that we have like an open call or something like that. We'll actually send people emails out and say, "Hey, open call is in 2 days." And our open calls are every second Saturday at 2. Basically show up at 2:00 with your best pieces, like bring 3 to 4 pieces, and you get curated into the gallery with we actually have a curation board that it rotates and everybody gets a hand. So it's not just one person's taste on the art. It, goes over, a bunch of different people with a bunch of different kind of, everybody has a different style. Everybody has a different taste and how they want to do art. And then also on second Saturday, we have our good partners at Healing Warriors Project. They do their free clinic, or their free Denver clinic. We are the only free clinic that they do in Denver. And that is also on second Saturday at 9 in the morning till 1. So basically you can make a whole day out of VFW Post One on a second Saturday. So you can come in.
Healing Warriors and free clinic, what are we talking about?
I was just about ready to talk about that. So
there we go.
Healing Warriors gives you free acupuncture, free touch, and cranial sacral therapy. So basically what that means is it's non-narcotic therapies and modalities that basically have been proven to help veterans in all kinds of different ways. Free. Yeah, cranial sacral is basically they kind of like massage your head in certain pressure points. And Healing touch is literally exactly what it says. A little lady will hold you like a baby. And
Yeah.
yes, they will hold your big ass, Rob, like a baby. Puts her arms under you. She gives you a light massage, but it is a way to like have somebody with PTSD connect back to someone in general. Because one of the things that from birth that people, just touch is such a like powerful thing, and a lot of people don't like get touched enough. There's not enough hugging, not enough handshaking these days. So that's one of those things where it's like, that's why they call it healing touch. And then acupuncture is just acupuncture. It's the needles in all different places. They can do, the acupuncture for quitting smoking, quitting vaping, quitting weed, help you sleep better, help your digestion, all that kind of stuff. And they do it all for free.
What was that for?
We're going second Saturday.
Well, I don't want to quit weed.
But the other thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing you say is if you want to play an instrument, you got jam bands. Tuesday nights, you got yoga.
Yep.
Friday nights, first Friday, come in and bring your art.
Yep.
Saturdays, come get your art checked out and judged and get it curated, and people are going to come check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Craniosacral massage, healing touch. What was the other one I'm missing here? There's one more.
Tickle.
Yeah.
Baby hold.
Cradled by the small woman.
Yeah.
All these things, all at VFW Post 1. What if I just want to come in? What if I just want to come in and have a couple of beers with the boys?
First Friday. That's the only day we have a liquor license. So we don't have a full-time liquor license. We only have a special event liquor license. So that means basically every one of our all our stuff is basically a complete sober event, because that is one of those things that we're not really striving for. And also building wise, we don't have the building up to code to even like look into a tavern license. And it's just one thing that like a lot of our members just haven't really strived for us to do, because it's not something they want. It's just not something that they, want to try to do. They like the fact that we do things a little bit differently. And it's just like, right now we're changing up a lot of things in September. Our late night Thursday membership meeting is being moved to second Sunday. And it's being moved to the second Sunday just because of the simple fact that a lot of people get off work like me, and you've been working all day, and the last thing you want to do is go to a meeting and sit in a meeting. And the other thing I've been pretty proud about that I've been doing since I became commander is I haven't had one meeting go over 35 minutes yet. And I'm pretty proud of that. And I'm going to make sure like my average stays pretty low. I try to just basically come in, get the business of the post done. Everybody gets informed about what the post is doing. And then we go off to hang out. Our meetings have changed totally different since I've been doing that, because there's a lot of ritual and stuff like that does happen at a VFW meeting. And I just don't really feel like we need to focus on it terribly too much.
Still got to run the business. I get it.
Yeah. We still got to run the business. We still got to do some, because I remember it kind of stuck with me, Rob, the first time you went to a VFW meeting and you were just like, God, are they always that long? And I was like, yeah, that was a pretty bad one that you came to, because it was like your first meeting and you were just like, I never want to do this crap again. And so it kind of stuck in my head. And, since then there's been 2 commanders and now I'm the commander. And I literally like told him, I was like, I need to tell you guys a story. My buddy Rob came in here and it was his first meeting, and we had a drag out fight about stupid crap. And he was like, "Oh my God, what the hell's going on?" And it's very
Why in the
true.
hell would I want to do this again?
Yeah, that's why a lot of veterans just don't want to come back to the meeting, because they're just like, ugh, it's just so, painful. So one of the biggest things that I've tried to do is definitely um, short meetings, get the business done, and then get to, us hanging out and, actually being a veteran community, and not just having a meeting about being a veteran community.
With all these amazing things that Post One offers, I mean, membership has got to be what, $200, $300 a month? What are we talking about here?
Depending on your age, lifetime membership for somebody under the age of 40 is $425 for the lifetime membership, or $50 a year if you're crazy. Or if you're, what is it? If you're over
We all are.
40, it's $375 for the lifetime membership. It's
Because your
really
lifetime's longer or shorter now. Fuck.
Yeah,
You're
it
being
gets
a
really
ARP,
against-
but your VFW
Yeah,
is
if you're-
cheaper.
If you're like 81, I believe it's only $116.
Holy shit, you charge them then?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the lifetime membership thing. That's something that is like, it's a national thing. But
I'm just cracking
yeah.
jokes.
But our annual membership is $50 a year, which you don't have to be a member to do any of the programs that we offer. You can just show up, try it out. I even tell people our membership meetings are completely open to the public. Basically, if you want to just check us out and see what we're about, the membership meeting is one of the best ways to do it. We also stream it on Facebook, just like we're doing right here. We sometimes stream it on YouTube. So if you catch us on a meeting day, you can actually just zoom in, you can just look at it and see what's going on, and you can try it out. And that's the other thing that, we've definitely went into more of the technology than any other VFW post. Like,
and the
we
social
use-
media.
we use Linktree, we use social media. We have a chief meme officer for the last few years, who's been making memes and getting a lot of old VFW heads really mad at him. And it was really funny
That's
when
awesome.
that meme officer, me, just so happens to go to a lot of the bigger VFW stuff, and then they want to talk crap to me and be like, "Oh yeah, that was me," and they're like, "Huh?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm the one that made that meme." Like, VFW one does not have a bar, and we get calls all the time of people wanting to come down and, get a beer, or I just want to have a beer in, the first post. Okay, that's cool. Come on First Friday, because that's when it's legal for us to give you a beer. And that's
So
what
are other VFW posts seeing what you're doing and picking up the ball and being like, holy shit, that's a good call?
Oh yeah, there's quite a few of them, and we're it's a very, the VFW is a very small world. It's a very small community within the veteran community. Everybody knows everybody. I'm pretty sure there's going to be people that are going to end up seeing this on Facebook and be like, "Oh yeah, I know Jesse," and it's just, there's a lot of these really good posts out there in the world that are doing a lot of good things for a lot of veterans. The biggest thing that the VFW does, and it's my proudest thing that I have to say about the VFW and national in general, is it advocates for our rights. The whole reason to become a member is just to give us voice on Capitol Hill when it comes down to us getting shit done. The PACT Act was the biggest passage that the VFW had a direct hand in, was the tip of the spear. And that's why, if you go back and you look at when President Joe Biden signed the PACT Act, you will see Tim Borland, our commander in chief at the time, at that signing. And he was the only one from a veteran service organization that was allowed to be on stage for the signing. And that just shows you how much the VFW means. And like this whole thing right now with the claim shark crap and veteran with a sign, I understand both elements. Remedical is 100% a claim shark. They are
Our regular VSO alley hates them.
I cannot express more how dumb it is to go to a place like Remedical that literally is just giving you evidence for your claim. You can do that exact same evidence through your family members, through your regular doctor that you already pay for, like through your VA clinicians. You can get all of that stuff that Remedical does for nothing, for free in most cases. And the fact that they're sitting there trying to say, well, the VFW wants to be the only option is a bunch of bullshit. And I will say that forever. We don't want to be the only option. We just want veterans to go and get their benefits through free options. And God, like the whole mischaracterization that
Allie would be screaming at the TV right now.
Yeah, those podcasters that like are sitting here dragging our good name into the mud because they got upset over a meme is the most boomer shit I have ever heard of. Like literally, like veteran with a sign lost so much. I lost so much respect for that dude when he was just like, "No, Remedical's good, man." I'm like, okay, how much are you getting paid by Remedical? Like, I'm sorry, Rob, I probably just killed your whole opportunity to ever get sponsored by Remedical, but
we have much better sponsors. That's okay. We have much better sponsors.
I know. VFW Post.
Shout out to Combat Flip Flops. Exactly right. Oh, and by the way, yes, thank you very much. VFW, for those listeners that don't know, we say this all the time. VFW Post One paid for our CFC application. Huge shout out to VFW Post One for their support of About Face Media. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you guys.
And I might as well just say it now that we're on the thing. Rob is going to be helping VFW Post One at some point as soon as we get done with some of our other stuff. We're working on a podcast / studio that is hopefully coming in the near future. And we're hopefully going to have From the Ashes out of VFW Post One at some point in time, which would be
good stuff,
super badass. And I can't wait for that day when we have a giant live podcast with a bunch of like your fans and post members, and hopefully we'll get some more post members out of this that just want to
our fans. Both, I'm sure both people can come.
I'm looking on Facebook. You got 11 live. You're good, buddy.
Well, hey, when we get WTF Moments rebroadcast us, and yeah, it gets real popular. So yeah, we got a lot of really good supporters. So good stuff.
Yeah, and I would like to also say that I have personally paid what's his name, the angry cop guy, to do a spot for our founders thing, and he botched it so bad. Like even when I
angry cop, really?
Yeah, and I put plain English for him to figure things out. Yeah, I'm just shooting all kinds of shots right now because maybe you'll go viral from this. But
angry cop, we have the fat electrician coming up before in the next few months. So yeah, angry cop. We like angry cops a lot, and the fat electrician.
Oh, I would love to be on that podcast, and I would love to debate them about the VFW and the fact that they're putting out a bunch of false narrative BS.
Well, don't you worry. We can make good stuff happen there. Don't you?
That would be fun.
Actually, that would be really good.
Could we host a fucking debate?
Oh, the Jesse and the fat electrician debate. Oh, let's get through the fat electrician interview, and then yes, we can make good stuff happen.
I bet you. Guess who I have a phone number for?
Hit me.
I have a phone number for the actual commander in chief of the VFW right now. I can make that call.
We can make good stuff happen. The Fat Electrician will be on in the next few months. We can make good stuff happen.
Yeah.
We're putting it together.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesse, I could talk to you all night about
I
this
know,
kind of
buddy.
stuff. Hey,
We talk
so
all the
I'm going to hand you off to my hetero life mate over here. He's going to give you the outgoing instructions. And yeah, we're going to give you your opportunity here. So, Jesse,
yeah,
one shot. He's all yours.
it's your end here. So we give you 2 minutes to say whatever you want within reason.
Within reason.
We haven't
Within
gotten canceled.
reason.
We've been pulled a few times, I guess,
Yes,
but
we
we
have.
haven't fully gotten canceled. So don't get us canceled, but
Okay.
it's your time to go over anything we might have glossed over. You wanted to go over any subject you want. You got about 2 minutes.
Put it this way: if you're a veteran and you want to check out the VFW, come to VFW Post 1 and just check us out. If you're in the Denver area, if you're not in the Denver area, you can still come check us out anytime that we're open. Just check out our Facebook page. It's literally Facebook/VFW Post 1. It's pretty easy. And you can always just stalk us online like everybody else does. Come and check us out, and if you're eligible, join, because we need more people like us in the ranks of the VFW, or nothing's going to change, and nothing is going to get better if all you're going to do is bitch about it online. Fat Electrician.
Follow him on the socials. It's totally worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been talking with Jesse, the newly sworn in commander for VFW Post 1, and apparently the new quartermaster for the state of Colorado as well. Congratulations on both posts. I didn't realize that both of those things were a thing. Congratulations. Hey, folks, VFW Post 1 is the one that's doing it right. So congratulations. And yeah, Post 1, very, very proud to be a member of Post 1. I drive past 6 other VFW posts to get to Post 1. So very proud member of Post 1. Well done.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show tonight. Really appreciate you taking time away, and tell Mrs. Jesse that we said hello and sorry for taking so much of her time.
Will do. No
Have
problem.
a great night.
All right. See you, bud. Bye.
Later. Bye. Yeah, they are definitely doing good stuff at Post 1 for all generations of. We have a security breach.
I heard things.
Oh, good things, bad things.
Well, I always think if I hear something as deaf as I am and I have noise canceling headphones
Yeah,
on,
exactly.
you're like,
What's really going on?
Shit. Sounded okay.
What do you call it? All right, so we got to get through our next few segments pretty darn quick here because we got to make room for Kendra. Well, Coach,
we did good.
Yeah, Coach JP is not. He's stuck at work. What do you call it? What do you have? What does the safety brief look like this week?
Oh man, I wasn't thinking about that.
Oh, sorry.
Holy!
It's been a hell of a week.
Go real quick. I'll go next. I got one.
So those that in the know, I was at a bachelor party this past weekend, and we were in Las Vegas. I saw some amazing things this weekend in Las Vegas. Folks, don't go past your means. Don't be the folks. Yeah.
That's not
Set yourself your limits. Don't go past your means. If you have a personality, if you have an addictive personality,
the fuck away from Vegas.
yeah, that is not the place for you. And I saw people they're not the one-armed bandits anymore, but I just saw people just staring blankly and they're going, please, I got to make my nut back. I can't go home without a car. I can't go home and tell her that I lost the mortgage payment and shit. It was awful to watch. It was so hard. Dude, you're not a Vegas people, are you? I can tell you're not.
I like gambling.
Do you really?
I gamble.
I would never have gotten
a
that.
little. I have to rephrase that. I say gamble a lot because for me, I gamble a lot because it's not like legal to do it online. I like sports bet a little bit.
I like betting on a football game kind of thing. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. This
a little
is not
bit.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's for me. It's a lot though. Because
Yeah.
I get to do as much as I want, which is really not that much.
Did you bet on any of the fights this weekend?
So I talk about this all the time. I bet on the fights every fucking weekend. Don't bet on fights. Like you just shouldn't bet on fights. Stop it. I'm telling you. Okay. The only guy worth betting on is Jake Paul. I swear to God, that dude's a fucking goat for making me money.
Are you serious?
Dude,
Despise that guy.
It doesn't matter about wins or what. It doesn't matter about anything. It's picking the right thing and it working out. It just worked out really well with him a few times. Him being involved. Ever?
And I mean that within every ounce of my being.
I've won money when you lost too.
Yeah, I bet you made a lot of money off the Jake Paul.
Oh man. Folks, don't pull and pray. You got to use something more than that, all right? Because there's too many of us out there just in the grind. Make sure pull and pray is not your form of birth control.
Good advice. That is sound advice if I've ever heard it. All right. Hey, check it out, folks. Hey, we always end every show with the Never Forgotten segment. This is from 2006. Memorial service will be held in honor of special 23rd Special Tactical Squadron combat controller killed in action on August 19th in Afghanistan. Senior Airman Adam Servais was working alongside by side with Afghan National Army as part of a Special Operations Forces team. Died when his convoy was attacked by extremists in the southern Afghan province of Uruzgan. We are terribly saddened by the loss of Senior Airman Servais, Lieutenant Colonel Eric Ray, 23rd Special Tactical Squadron commander. He was a hard-charging, highly spirited airman with tremendous drive and dedication. Airman Servais is a native of Onalaska, Wisconsin, and joined the Air Force in 2002. In a statement released by the Servais family, Adam was remembered as enthusiastic and proud of his role as a combat controller. He did not want applause or recognition. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, when you're bringing your hands together, putting the kids to bed, and you're saying your prayers over dinner, remember the Servais family, and specifically Senior Airman Adam Servais. And yeah. Hey, folks, thanks for listening. We're going to make room now for PTSD and pageants with Kendra. And thank you for listening to From the Ashes on About Face Media. And yeah, you're going to love her show coming up next in just a few minutes. And thanks a lot for being a part of our audience and listening to us right here on About Face Media. Really appreciate it. Support our sponsors such as Combat Flip Flops and Thigh Huggers. We love them. So thank you very much for being a part of the show. Love you, folks. Bye. Tell me in just a second.